Flex, the livest one in the section. Fit the runner, boy, you nigga, no question. You will run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm an 88 pack nigga, woof. I'm an 88 pack nigga, woof. I mean, day walker, drink blood, fangs out, full moon, motherfucker change like a hoe, nigga. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar for the money.
I've been accused of shilling for Triple G when I was at HBO. Never did. Thought he was the best value for your entertainment dollar in the entire world back then. But I never had him as the best pound-for-pound fighter. I don't think I even ever had him as high as number 3. He hadn't proved it yet. But I admit, I suspected, when given the chance, he'd make a good case. Not as good a case as Floyd Mayweather, or Manny Pacquiao, or Andre Ward, but better than, say, Canelo, who I expected him to beat convincingly. Looking back, he never did prove it.
Push the weight and no flex, flex. Push the weight and no flex. Hey, push the weight and no flex. Gang, gang.
South of 175 pounds, Andre Ward. And now, do we all agree? I'm sorry. Does anyone disagree with that? So we all agree that south of 175 pounds, Andre Ward's the favorite against everyone. South of 168 pounds, who's the favorite against everyone? Who? You know, who in boxing is the favorite against every other fighter south of 168 pounds? Triple G is the favorite against everyone, including Floyd, south of 168 pounds. Who's the favorite of everyone in boxing south of 160 pounds? Who? Floyd Mayweather. Do we all agree? Yes. Andre, why would Andre be the favorite against Triple G? They're comparable skills and everything. He's bigger than Triple G. Why would Triple G be the favorite against Floyd? He's bigger than Floyd. When you get to a certain, the reason the good big man beats the good little man, or the great big man beats the great little man, is at a certain level, you know, at a certain level, size matters because other things are more or less equalized. Now, if I had to put those guys in order, pound for pound, I'd say Floyd 1, Andre 2, Triple G 3. But, okay, fine. Andre Ward would be favored over Triple G. Triple G would be favored over Floyd. Floyd would be favored over everyone else south of 160. And if anyone disagrees, let me know. Is there any? So that's unanimous in like the hardcore boxing press. Am I right?
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Lightweight. Lightweight, baby. Drew Titan, Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. Let me throw this picture up there for y'all. And it's been a long time coming. All right. I'm going to slay this dude, Triple G. I'm going to obliterate him because his fans for about a good 6 years worked my nerves on levels that it's unimaginable. And I took this picture right here and I made a meme. I can't find it, but I found the picture. Choke this picture in while I do this roll call and just gather why this pisses me off so bad. Anwar Willis, my brother, G. McCall, Eric H., the Sensei, Stormy B-Man, salute. Jelly Bean, Thomas from the Bronx, Chilltown Major, 704 Joe, Dill Spooley, Robert Singleton, Philip D, Asante L, Steve L, the Mac, Rod Neal, Ryan Wright in the building, Young World, CB Sports TV, Dwayne Price, Charles Jameson. Excuse me. The Harvey Nation Sports Podcast, Rick Blackwell, Detroit BC, Daryl Alexander, TZ Frank, Jermaine Callahan, Judah Israel. Ooh, jumped on me. Ramel Lane, Mark Wonderlick, Boxing MMA 365, the Brothers UK in the building. Chris Casanova, smash the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. And today we like to say Mother F. Gennady Goatmouth Golovkin. What is his full name? Gennady. What's the middle G for? It's Little G. Y'all remember who named him Little G? Who did that? Andre Ward. Tay Tay. Good morning. MXC, what up? Look at this picture, y'all. When they gave Triple G an award, they made sure they hollered at Marvin Hagler and say, yeah, man, come be here. Come stand next to him. Or you give him this award, because, you know, we put him in the same category as you. MP.
What the fuck?
Salute. Winston Lee, what's good? John Mugabe would have killed. He would have killed Gennady Golovkin. Hey, Stormy, how many middleweights from the 80s would have beat blood out the side of Gennady Golovkin's ear? You know, listen, here's the problem. We're in a backwards time right now. Everything is backwards. It's like the marketing schemes and the people that they put on a pedestal, they get all the shine. And they totally ignore the people that actually do work to get to where they are. Look what Stormy said. About 15 middleweights from the 80s would have whooped Gennady's ass. He wouldn't even make it to Hagler. He wouldn't even made it to Hagler. Get out of here. This guy's average back in the day. He's average. Chicago Marine, my brother, what up? Slim Hussein. Cali, thank you. And Cali been on this guy's bumper from the beginning. He gonna get this work today, because when I was on Facebook, oh my God, the chronic nut juggling, face blasting, the flossing of the teeth with the uses of pubic hair, it was bad. I had a guy, Margaret, salute to you in that super chat, much love and appreciation. Saying good afternoon, Drew, in the chat. UK in the building, much love over there. Salute to y'all. Mo G, what's going on? Robert Singleton, Cedric Taylor. Listen, he beat Kell Brook. Some dude in the group said Thomas was good. Yo, Thomas was there. Michael Moody, what up? Yo, Triple G's when he beat Kell Brook, Triple G's an international superstar, guys. I'm like, no, he is not. What are you talking about? Slip the jab, what's good? And this, of course, I was in the pocket for Canelo back then. I said, this guy's not special. He punched hard, yes. He's above average, yes. But a killer, no. He's beating people he's supposed to beat. We're in an era, and I always say that this era is in error. Big Texas, what's good? Oh, yeah, Thomas, yeah, for him and KK Kovalev. And Lomachenko was sliding through that front door, too. Alb Jones, what's going on? And what happened was they don't let these guys develop, and this fan base makes you hate this guy. And then here come the media. See, I expect this kind of talk from casuals. But then when the media's co-signing this garbage, I said, man, come on, man. You guys are really getting on my goddamn nerves. You're really getting on my goddamn nerves. Now, this guy's a fraud, man. This guy's a fraud. Tone Brown, what's good? Exactly, Tone. Just that. Just that. Just that. Because, you know, we ripped Canelo for not fighting his contemporaries. Now, he did chase Canelo and Canelo dumped the belt. But the same competition that we wanted Canelo to fight, he didn't do it either. What? The only thing we can say about Canelo is that the Caleb Plant fight was for real. And I will give him full credit for that fight. What kind of credit are we giving Triple G? Yeah, Philip, D. Tommy Hearns ices this dude at 160. Callie, we're gonna go through his whole box rec. And I want all the Triple G fans to bring your asses in here and justify everything on this damn box rec. And you see, this they were giving Triple G an award in this. I forget which award, but they made sure they flew Marvelous Marvin Hagler in to present the damn award. I said, why are they doing this? You trying to force an heir to a throne. You can't do it. It's like the Michael Jordan curse. You got to let these kids develop, man. There's only one Michael Jordan. How many next Michael Jordans there were supposed to be? Y'all remember Howard Minor? Y'all remember the big dog Glenn Robinson? Y'all remember when Grant Hill was supposed to be the next MJ? Remember that? Remember all of that? And not to say that those guys were bad players. Grant Hill had a great career. Glenn Robinson, I remember his contract out of high school, it was like $100 million, and back then that was like unheard of. He ain't played not 1 minute of NBA ball. Where'd he even go? Does anyone even talk? When's the last time you heard anyone mention his name? See what I'm saying? The closest thing we got to Jordan was Kobe, and that was least expected. Marcus Walls, what up? Rod Neal, my brother. You're saying you got to let things fall into place organically. But what happens is when marketing throws things in your face and you know better, and you're like, whoa, pump the brakes. As soon as they mention him in the same sentence as Marvin Hagler, I said, why they doing this? And guess what, y'all? Y'all ready for this? They put Triple G in the same sentence as Marvin Hagler, which was disrespectful to who? Bernard Hopkins. Whoa! What? You heard me. You heard me. You gotta understand, for those of you that don't know, whatever Marvin Hagler got at 160, he actually had to fight for. He was not groomed. He got to greatness. He earned his name Marvelous because of his path at 160. Whatever he got, he earned. Bernard Hopkins, same thing. Marvin was overshadowed by guys like Sugar Ray Leonard. These guys was groomed. The black guy with the $1 million smile, the Olympian. He had to get past all of that. And when he finally fought him, he felt he won and he walked away from the sport and never looked back. Bernard Hopkins had to scrap and scrap to get to where he is, overshadowed by Roy Jones. His major payday was against Tito Trinidad, and that was really late in his career. He was considered old when he fought Tito. So he didn't start touching M's until late. And they still disrespected him. I'm talking about Bernard the fighter. I'm not talking about Bernard the a-hole who has on a promoter's hat. I'm talking about Bernard Hopkins the fighter now. The Bernard Hopkins the fighter is great. Just like Oscar De La Hoya. Oscar De La Hoya the fighter is great. There's greatness and then there's marketing schemes. Gennady Golovkin was a marketing scheme. KK Kovalev was a marketing scheme. Lomachenko, he could fight, but guess what? These guys had help. So a bunch of his shit is a marketing scheme. Right now, I'm on a page in Instagram, and the Lomachenko fans are coming for me. I'm enjoying reading it. My response is just laughing emojis. They're really in their feelings. Marketing scheme, dude. Dude's gonna tell me, hey man, the world opinion is that Devin lost 10-1. I said, you're missing around. LOL. 10-1? It's 12 rounds in a fight. Jerk. I'm loving this. I'm loving this. Kovalev, the Crusher. Got your ass beat by Andre Ward, dude. I'm loving this. I'm loving it. You put this guy, Gennady Golovkin, in the same sentence as Marvin Hagler. How dare you? And if you believe that to be true, you don't know boxing. And Max Kellerman had to retract that statement. And guess what? The only reason why he retracted that statement, you might never guess. That video I played, I'll play it again, but that video I played, that was after he signed the DAZN deal. Coincidence? G. McCall in that super chat, much love and appreciation. He said, who dropped more belts, Triple G or Canelo? Hashtag frauds. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We're going to get to all of it. We're going to get to all of it. Cali Enigma in that super chat, much love and appreciation. He said, Triple G KO'd a bunch of cab drivers and Jim Lampley acted like he KO'd Jones, Hagler, and Leonard. Yeah. Do you remember listening to Jim Lampley and company at HBO with Triple G? Hard right hand by Triple G. Oh my God, he's the best of. Oh my God, Kazakhstan, beautiful place. Hagler who? Hard right hand by Triple G. Yeah, I don't think that landed, Jim. That'd be Roy. I don't think that landed, Jim. Okay. Stiff jab by Triple G. Larry Holmes S jab by Triple G. I said, oh my God. He wants to fuck him. Oh, Walfred, yeah. Yeah, I mentioned something that he mentioned in the book. Something about sexual abuse. That thing about I didn't read the book. But I read some things. I was like, ooh, that's bad. My brother Macados Mac of the South in the building. Salute. Geo James. Abadori. Salute. Picasso. Shogun. What up? So they fly in the Marvelous One to make this award look good. No good. No good. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through his box rec. Well, first, I'll read this, and I'm just going to put up the box rec. I'm going to start all the way down to, when did he start his career? In 2006. All right, but before that, y'all know why I'm doing this show, because he just dropped some belts. Two-time unified champion, 40 years old. Is now beltless for the first time since 2018 when he fought Canelo Alvarez. Triple G initially unified the WBA, WBC, and IBF world titles between 2012 and 2018 when he was the dominant force in the 160-pound division. He then regained the WBA and IBF belts between 2019 and 2023 by after being dethroned by Canelo. His last fight in September, though, Golovkin stepped up to super middleweight for the trilogy contest with the Mexican at his advanced age, because now age is an excuse now. Whatever. It's an excuse to certain people. Triple G was no longer able to compete with the younger man and lost a comfortable unanimous decision. Hey, Triple G, you know Canelo had to cheat you to win, right? And no one said anything. No one said anything. How does that feel? How does that feel when you get cheated and no one says anything? How does that feel? How does it feel, jerk? As this was in the weight division above 168, though, the Kazakh stocker. What up, my stocker? Was able to hold on to his 160 belts. So he goes up to 168 and he lost, right? But they didn't take the belts from him at 160. Now, why am I pointing that out? Why am I pointing that out, y'all? He went up to 168, lost, but kept his belts at 160. Why am I pointing that out? Phil Hill, what up? Why am I pointing that out? Rigondeaux, anybody? Rigo fights Lomachenko, loses, and they stripped him from the, he didn't. Oh my God, I hate boxing, man. Thank you, Rick. See, the boxing world, they're going to tell you that. ESPN ain't going to tell you that. They're going to just go right by it. They ain't going to tell you that. Nope. Nope. They ain't going to tell you that. Anthony, what up? Till this day, no one can tell me why they strip Rigo. That's like you putting your car in a garage. You say, yo, look, I'm going to pay this garage for 1 year. How much is it? $1,000? You're going to hold my car for me? All right, I'm going to pay you. And you pay the fee. And you park it there and you cover it. Then you go. You buy a new car. You go to purchase a new car. And for whatever reason, your money's funny and your credit won't get it. And you don't get it. But you tried to go buy, you didn't. So sometime during the year, you come back to the garage and you say, all right, look, I went to go get a new car, ain't work out. Let me get my car. And they're like, nah, we had it towed out. Why? Well, you went to go buy a new car, so we figured you ain't need this. What? But I paid you sanctioning fees. I paid you. What gives you the right? Oh, on the fine print, it says if you go to buy a new car, and whether you get a new one or not, we get to do what we want. Sounds crazy, right? Well, that's just what they did. Yes, salute. Ricky Williams in the building. Valentin Hernandez says Golovkin ain't gonna punch though. I'm not talking about that. Everybody could punch. A lot of people could punch. But who was he punching? I'm glad you brought that up right on time. Let's see who he was punching. In 2006, when he started his professional career. How old was he when he started his professional career? Somebody Google that for me. Gabriel Balog. I'm gonna go up some names and y'all just stop me when you say you know somebody. Gabriel Balog, Siri Navatka, Daniel Urbanski, Martin Cucaracha, Jorge Ariel Garcia, Sylvain Gomez, Simon Monkey. He fought a nigga named Simon Monkey.
Monkey!
Siari Kamitsky, Boulder, Seppo. Isn't that Pinocchio's dad? Mashepo, Mashigo, whatever the fuck. Ian Gardner. This is all in Germany, by the way. Ibrahim Sig Vicious. Amar Amari. That looked like it was in Finland. But that was a UD. Mind you, a lot of these were, not all of these was knockouts, y'all. Not all of these was knockouts. Here's an American name, Anthony Greenidge. Stopped him. John Anderson, Carvalho de Souza. That's a lot. Stopped him. Mikhail Markov, Milton Nunez, Nilson Julio Tapia. Kasim Uma. I recognize that name. Y'all recognize Kasim Uma? Y'all know boxing, right? Y'all know Kasim Uma. And guess what? By the time he fought Kasim Uma was past his prime already. I remember that fight. He fought a nigga named Monkey. Salute, Fresh. Thank you. Thomas from the Bronx. He says, what is Triple G's biggest win? David Lemieux, Dominic Wade, Willie Monroe, Kurt Stevens, Kell Brook, and Danny Jacobs. Yes, brother, we're going to get to this. You know what his resume looks like? Y'all not going to like this, but I'm going to challenge y'all to prove me wrong. Ratchet since 91. Salute. Y'all know what this resume looks like? You ready? I ain't gonna like this. His resume sort of looks like Mike Tyson's resume.
Whoa! What the it's kind of pretty before it gets started, ain't it? Oh, Froggy when he courtin', he did ride Crambo. Froggy when he courtin', he did ride Crambo.
What? You heard me. His resume sort of looks like Mike Tyson's resume. Blasphemy! Nope. When y'all get a minute, y'all go look at Mike Tyson's resume. Go ahead. Go ahead. And it was fun to watch. We got a video game out of it and all that shit. But go look at that resume. When you get older and you go back and look at it, you're like, ooh. Oh shit. Well, and we love Mike Tyson. We love Mike Tyson. But go look at that resume, y'all. I did a show, and I'll do it again. Did a show a couple of years ago. And I compared Mike Tyson's resume to Deontay Wilder's resume because everyone loved to say Deontay Wilder ain't do this and he ain't do that. And I put up Mike Tyson's resume because everyone has Mike Tyson as like top 5 all time. Okay, let's not say boxers. Let's just say heavyweights. They put Mike in there. And I say, okay, well, talk to me about who Mike fought. And look at their face. One motherfucker didn't even remember Trevor Berbick's name. And that was one of his most cartoonish knockouts ever. That actually meant something. He didn't even know his name. So I gave him, I said, okay, Trevor Berbick and who else? What, Larry Holmes, who was over the hill that Trevor Berbick beat? Don't play with me. I don't know everything, but I know enough. Don't play with me. And I pulled up the screen and said, okay, go ahead. We can go through Deontay's resume and go through Mike Tyson's resume. You know what the truth is? When Mike started fighting people that we wanted to see him fight, what happened?
This should be in the trash.
Okay. My brother Macadose Mac of the South in the building. He said, because I rock with my big brother, #support. Thank you so much, good brother. Much love and appreciation. The OG, Mr. Mont in the building, man. Salute to you. Can't wait to connect with you in Dallas, good brother. Marcellus Davis, salute. I am True Maine, Coach 67. Salute. Yeah, True Maine, yeah. And these kids today, they don't know who the hell Trevor Burbick is, and they seen that knockout a million times. They don't even know his name. They don't even know his name. Now, was Mike fun to watch? Yes. He was an American fighter you can get behind. Pause. And he was young, and he was a badass. In us in New York, he gave us something to root for. But when you get older, and you look at boxing with a critical eye, and you look back, you know what the shit with Mike Tyson is? When Evander Holyfield beat his ass, because that's what happened. I had younger cats, younger than me, and this is no disrespect to them, but they said, yo, look, man, my uncles told me, or my dad told me, that if Mike had never went to prison, Evander don't beat him. Bullshit. I'm gonna tell you why that's bullshit. First of all, when Evander was cruiserweight, when he had the flat top, he had legendary fights with Dwight Muhammad Qawi. And I recall reading somewhere, he said, it might have been like in the KO magazine, but he said he's going to go heavyweight specifically for Mike Tyson. And people laughed at him. Stormy, am I lying on this? And I told my friends, I said, there's a guy at cruiserweight. He's coming up to fight Mike Tyson. Y'all heard of Evander Holyfield? My friends was like, no. I said, well, he's going to go to heavyweight and he's going to beat Mike's ass. Watch what I tell you. And they laughed at me while playing Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. They laughed at me. Nobody could beat Mike. I said, okay, this guy right here, he got that grit. I'm telling you. Marcella says Pinklin Thomas. I'll give him Pinklin Thomas. I'll give him Pinklin Thomas. But what I'll do another show. I'll compare Deontay Wilder's resume to Mike Tyson's resume. And we'll compare, quote unquote, we'll bum compare. We'll compare. And then I'll bring up a whole lot of other shit that y'all ain't prepared for. I'm telling you. And I told my friends this. Now, mind you, I was like a teen, like 13, 14, telling my friends this. They didn't believe me, but they didn't watch boxing like how I watch boxing. And y'all know what happened. The Buster Douglas fight happened. And that was supposed to be Evander's night, if I'm not mistaken. But he loses the Buster. Doesn't run it back. He runs it back with Razor Ruddock. Doesn't run it back with Buster Douglas, which boggles the mind. Evander gets a hold of the belt. Let me just skip some stuff. By the time they fought, Evander Holyfield was supposed to have all kinds of heart conditions and everything else. Mike was going to punch him in the chest and he was going to have a heart attack and die in the ring. I remember all of this stuff. It was a big old joke to my buddies. And Mike went in there and got his ass beat and got stopped. And all I did was look around the room like this. Yep! I am True Man in that super chat. Much love and appreciation. He said, Mike and Rocky Marciano both dominated the weaker than the average heavyweight ever. Yeah, bro. Nobody wants to talk about Rocky Marciano either. I'm saying, good fighter, but the resume is questionable. And it's not blasphemous to point this shit out. It's not blasphemous. My thing is this, prove it. And we're looking at the box rec. I'll do it again. I'll do the show again. When people say, oh, he's a bum basher, let's pull it up. And then if you're really sharp with it, you can compare errors. Not compare errors. You can look at the timeline and say, well, this person was available. Why didn't they fight them? And again, Mike Tyson going to prison. Yeah, Dave, he beat Joe Louis' ass when Joe Louis he was losing his hand. Julius S. Salute. Yup. When Mike went to prison, he wasn't fighting in there and on hard times and shit like that. No, he was well preserved. He didn't balloon up in weight. He was protected by the Nation of Islam. He was fine. He was preserved. You know who had a hard time when he was in prison? Evander Holyfield, fucking around with Riddick Bowe, getting knocked silly and shit. Evander had a harder time when Mike was in prison. Evander was busy. How many times Evander got knocked on his ass? While Mike is in prison, he's fighting George Foreman, Riddick Bowe, and what's his name that almost knocked his ass out. I mean, that shit was crazy. Isaiah GQ, salute. That shit was crazy. Michael Moore, he was busy. Mike was getting 3 meals a day, and he didn't balloon up in weight. Joseph Wiggins, and in fact, salute Joseph, and in fact, when he was about to leave, they cut a deal. When you come out, you got a fight coming up with Peter McNeely while he was in prison. You got to get back in the saddle. We got to find someone to fight. And they brought in Peter McNeely. So he's preserved in prison, not taking any damage. They getting him Peter McNeely on the way out. Those years he was away, look at what Evander Holyfield was doing. Just A-class competition. What did Mike get when he came out of prison? A bum. And no disrespect to Peter. But when I say term, as it applies to boxing, like in wrestling, you got the main eventer versus Joe Schmo from the neighborhood. That's what you call a jobber. It's no disrespect, but that's his job is to go in there and lose. They brought Peter McNeely in there to lose. He tried. He tried. But no. No. So let's get back to Triple G. Yeah, Valentine, Ray Mercer, who the fuck? Evander was busy, man. So when Mike comes out of prison, he gets... Come on, man. The ass whooping would have been worse if he fought Evander before he went to prison. Well, they fought, and mind you, he had several fights where they could have went either way. He took damage, right? He took damage. And then he has a heart condition. He's on the 700 Club praying, and people laughing at him and shit. Then he signs to fight Mike Tyson. All of my buddies was like, yeah, man, he gonna get hit the punch. He gonna get punched in the chest and have a heart attack. Mike gonna hit him with that uppercut. I said, okay. See y'all fight night. Okay, all right. Oh, yeah. We was on the courts, they making jokes and they were laughing hard. I mean, I knew what trolling was before it had a name. Clarence McLean in the building, salute. I said, oh, okay. And guess what happened that Sunday? Who got the gloating? I'm smiling like, yep. Yeah, well, you know, Evander was leading with his head. Shut up. I don't want to hear it. Evander got a hard head. Mike got sharp elbows. Goddamn Muay Thai fighter. Next. No excuses. I don't want to hear it. You said Evander was going to get knocked out in 3 rounds and have a heart attack. That's what you said. For 3 months, I had to hear that. You said Evander was old, fossil fuel, dinosaur old. Well, you lost your bet, nigga. Cut me my Tyrannosaurus check.
Whoa! What the it's kind of pretty before it gets started, ain't it? Oh, frog money courting, he did ride Crambo.
Take that!
Yep. But we'll go through Mike Tyson's resume. But what I'm saying is Triple G's resume looks awfully similar. So let's go back to it. He fights Kasim Umar, who was over the hill. Then he fights some guy named Lawan Simon. Makoto Fuji, this is obviously a Japanese guy. Makoto Fujigami. He fought Tatsumi Fujinami. He fought some nigga named Girls Girl Proska. Fine. Then we get right here. Gabe Rosado. Listen, who hasn't Gabe Rosado fought? What? Okay. He fought Gabe Rosado and stopped him. Fine. Then he fought Nobuhiro Ishida. I think that was on HBO. Knocked him out. Oh, right here. I remember this guy. Remember Matthew Macklin? Stopped him. And then the chin checker himself, Curtis Stevens. Now, why am I stopping there? Edgar, what up? Why am I stopping there? Valentine said Proska wasn't a bum. I disagree because I don't know who the hell he is and ain't nobody over here checking for him. I mean, that's how we do it, right? We don't know who he is, right? Well, you know what? Let me go to his box rec. Proska, okay. All right, this is him. 4 losses, got stopped twice. He's from Poland. Salute to Poland. Okay, he fought Sergio Mora. He lost. He lost to Gennady Golovkin. Okay. He lost to a dude named Kerry Hope, but rematched him and knocked him out or stopped him or whatever. For Sebastian Sylvester, I don't know who that is. Box rec. I don't know anybody on this list. Who are they? Maybe he's nice with it and just never got an opportunity. Maybe you mean he's not a bum in that way, because you know Manuel Augustus wasn't a bum. He just took a lot of paychecks and he was paid to lose in a lot of places. All right, so okay, maybe he's not a bum, but we're talking X's and O's here, and nobody knows who he is. So okay, maybe you know him. I'm saying I don't know him. Curtis Stevens. Now, why am I stopping there? Dave said they called him to fight Gabe. Take the fight, man. Get that quick money. Okay, it was competitive. Okay. Curtis Stevens out of Brooklyn. Chin checkers. And Gennady hit him with a right hand so hard when he was on the floor, they zoomed the camera in on his face and he looked drunk. I said, yeah, man. The boy could crack. And Curtis, he could crack too, but Curtis's his style is made to order. He's a slugger. He has no goddamn movement. And he's there to get hit. Why am I stopping there? Gennady Golovkin had a problem facing black fighters, but maybe we wasn't clear. We're talking about a black style that consists of boxing and boxing and punching, lateral movement. Something we knew he had a problem with. You could look at his style and tell he was hitting dudes that were standing in front of him. Curtis Stevens, he's not a boxer, he's a puncher. David Lemieux knocked the shit out of him because he stood right there. But black fighters don't sell though, right? More on that in a second. Daniel Gill, I remember that. Now, we're in the HBO era at this point. Daniel Gill, Adama, Marco Antonio Rubio, Martin Murray, Willie Monroe, black fighter. Then he fights David Lemieux. Then he fights Dominic Wade, black fighter. Then he fights Kell Brook, black fighter. Y'all do know he's black, right? Danny Jacobs, black fighter. He stopped Kell Brook, but Kell Brook was beating his ass at a lot of points in that fight. Daniel Jacobs, Daniel should have smashed the gas on him. But between 2014, right around here, I want to say Daniel Gill and David Lemieux. Could he have not fought? Felix, what up? Erislange Lara. What happened to that fight? Lara was calling for all the smoke. Back then. I know black fighters don't sell. I know. Then right here, Saul Canelo Alvarez fought to a draw. I was on Facebook fighting with everybody. Y'all don't count body work. Y'all don't count defense. Y'all don't know how to score a fight. Look, it's a draw. They'll run it back. What the fuck? Stop crying. Y'all crying. Triple G won the drama of the fight because y'all hate Canelo so bad. And they did. It's okay. Y'all remember Miss Bird? And hey, look who scored it. 115-113. Dave Moretti. Dave Moretti. Here he is right here. Dave Moretti. One of the Fantastic Four. After that, he fights Venice Martirosyan. Now, this fight got on my nerves. You know why? Underground Asylum, salute. Crush the Legend, what's good? Martirosyan, right? No Charlo, because there was two of them running around there. No Lara, no Charlo, no Andrade. Right there. Even before that, all of them were there. 154 and 160. They were all there. But it was around that same time, Fabio Sanchez told the world that black fighters fight in a style that is not pleasing to the audience and we don't sell. Floyd Mayweather was still active and had motherfuckers regurgitate. That was a new trope that we had to deal with online. You see that? So it wasn't only Saul Canelo Alvarez ducking top tier competition. His arch rival was doing the same shit. The same exact shit. Back then, we was asking, yo, Andre's calling your name. What the fuck? Black fighters don't sell. You just fought Dominic Wade and Danny Jacobs. What the fuck are you talking about? They sell? Let me pull something else up for y'all. Play that for you in a minute, because this is that's key right there. It's key. Steve Rose, what color is he, y'all? Steve Rose. What ethnicity is Steve Rose, y'all? What ethnicity is Steve Rose? Yo, let me tell all y'all non-black something. Black people, we got a code word. We walk up to each other, we be like collard greens, and we wink with the right eye. That's how you know you're African American. Collard greens. Don't do that shit, you know. I'm kidding. Iron Eagle, salute. Yeah? Yeah, Rick, Steve Rose is black. So black fighters don't sell. You got Curtis Stevens, Steve Rose, Willie Monroe Jr., Daniel Jacobs. You can't even spell Andrade or Charlo. Or can you? Let me read something. In the aftermath of the loss, he was ordered by the IBF to defend against Brazilian mandatory challenger Esquiva Falco. The option was explored, but Triple G ultimately opted to vacate. So he didn't want to fight that guy. He was then ordered by the WBA to defend against Cuban mandatory challenger Erislandy Lara. Again, Golovkin decided to vacate. We're in 2023 now. He's still ducking Lara. It appears as though the legendary Kazakh is now looking simply for the biggest and most lucrative fight possible, hence his unwillingness to make mandatory defenses. And nobody's saying anything. Following the news that he vacated both belts, Triple G became eligible to enter the rankings of the other sanctioning bodies. The WBC have installed him instantly at their #1 spot. Here, Mauricio Silly Man goes again. These sanctioning bodies do whatever the fuck they want to do. This could potentially put him in the line for a fight with WBC middleweight champion Jamal Charlo. Though Charlo himself has been inactive of late and not boxed since June of 2021. Now he want to fight Jamal. Willie Lowe in the building. Bomb Squad, salute. Damn, word? He said, I got to pay. Tony, what's going on, brother? I'm off the Triple G, you know. My thing with these fighters, I was like, you know what? Let them develop. Don't put them on a pedestal. Not with me. Don't do that yet. Let me see how they pan out, and then, you know. But unfortunately, it never pans out like that. It never pans out like that. These mofos, they stay on some nonsense. You don't want to let these guys develop. Cadillac Red, my brother, salute. No doubt, man. Be safe at work. So now he want to fight Jamal Charlo, y'all. Isn't that great? He vacated all the belts. He's ducking. He ducked the Cuban, not the Cuban fella. He ducked the Brazilian fella. Now he ducking, well, the Cuban fella, Lara. He's ducking him. He's been ducking him for like 8 years, literally 8 years. Black fighters don't sell. Black fighters don't sell, but he wanted to fight Floyd Mayweather. Black fighters don't sell, but you fought Steve Rose, you fought Danny Jacobs, Willie Monroe, Curtis Stevens. But black fighters don't sell. 773 Rick, what up? Ring Dragon, salute. So now he's dropping belts. Now your 40-year-old ass want to fight Jamal Charlo? I wonder why. Why don't you shout out Jamel Charlo? He's hot right now. Try and bring him up to 160. Do it. You still not saying Andre's name. Queen, salute. You're still not saying Andre's name. Still. So now Jamal is a mark because he's been inactive and he got mental issues. Now he's a mark. Now everybody want to fight him now. Black fighters don't sell. Was that you or Abel? Well, you're guilty by association. You didn't say that. In fact, I'm going to play what you said, you son of a bitch. And I'm going to call you a son of a bitch. Oh, real quick, Sergey Derevyanchenko. That was suspect. Then you fought Kamil Suzmeta. That's when you was robbing the bank. You was robbing the Zone's bank. Then you fought Murata. And then you lost to Canelo Alvarez again. And the Fantastic Four was in full effect for that fight. Russell Moran, Dave Moretti, David Sutherland, and Steve Weinsfeld. There you go. There you go, Triple G. We don't feel sorry for you. But let's go here. Let me remind y'all of something. Let me call fair use. Fair use, y'all. Listen to this.
He's a nice guy. He's a big fighter, you know, just before this amateur career, right now this pro career, this 12 rounds. different situation.
You didn't fight him back then, did you?
Yes, one time.
Yeah. Okay. What was the result?
I win just. I remember not easy fight, just not close fight, just easy amateur, just 3 rounds, nothing, just points.
And you won?
Yes, I won.
2 rounds or 4 rounds?
3 rounds, no, 4 rounds. 4 rounds, yeah.
And was it decision?
Yeah, decision.
Okay, Nadi, what do you say to Andre Ward that says that you're ducking him?
No, Andre Ward is too much for me, not today. Ward is too much for me, not today. No, Andre Ward is too much for me, not today. No, Andre Ward is too much for me, not today. No, Andre Ward is too much for me, not today. No, Andre Ward is too much for me, not today. No, Andre Ward is too much for me, not today. No, Andre Ward is too much for me, not today. No, Andre Ward is too much for me, not today. No, Andre Ward is too much for me, not today. No, Andre Ward is too much for me, not today.
That's kind of pretty before it gets started. Oh, Froggy when he did ride Crambo. Froggy when he did ride Crambo. Froggy when he did ride a sword and a revolver by his side. Crambo. Crambo kills la 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 la. Slop do yellow bug too long. That's the hard part right in there, and then nephew. Crambo killed a la la la. Slop a doodle yellow bug too long. Did he cover up top bottom it? Crambo. And the yodel goes right in there somewhere, but it's a little too high for me. Ooh, where will the wedding supper be? Crambo. Where will the wedding supper be? Crambo. Where will the wedding supper be? Way down yonder in the eucalyptus tree. Crambo.
What? Would Marvelous Marvin Hagler ever have said anything remotely close to that? Johnny Q was good. Stan 92, what up? Unscripted Virtuoso, what up? Would Marvelous Marvin Hagler have ever said anything like that? Andre Ward is too much for me, not today. Heard him say it. And if you read the comments on that, there were people in there talking about his English is bad. He didn't mean it. No. I heard what he said. And the answer was no. Stormy B-Man in that super chat. Much love, Sensei. He says, want to hear a scary thought? If Andre Ward was too much not today, what would Hagler be? Oh, my God. Hagler would have been just what he was back in the 80s. Avoided. He'd be avoided. If Hagler was around in his prime today, if he wasn't signed to like Top Rank or somebody, he wouldn't be independent because he wouldn't get no goddamn fights. He would ruin everybody. Just like right now, I believe in the WB, let me look it up. I want to say, I want to get this right. Right now, David Benavidez in the WBC just called out Jaime Munguia. That's a That's eye candy for the fans. And everyone knows who Munguia is. And Munguia has also been calling out Triple G for God knows how long. I thought Triple G would have whooped his ass back then, and he might still do it now. I don't know. But David Benavidez was calling out Munguia in the WBC, but here's what's funny. He's Canelo Alvarez mandatory, but Canelo's not going to fight him. So he called out Jaime Munguia. Jaime Munguia is ranked number 2 in the WBC. Ranked number 1, Stormy, is Christian Mbili. And we spoke about Christian Mbili, didn't we not, Stormy? Now, why would he look past Mbili at number 1 and go straight to Munguia, who's number 2? Why would he do that? Y'all didn't care to ask that question? Go look up Christian Mbili and tell me what you see. That could be the fight where it's like, oh shit, who is this guy? And he's ranked number 1. Let me give you the correct stats. He's ranked number 1 in the WBC. He's ranked number 3 in the WBA. He's ranked number 5 in the IBF. And he's ranked number 9 in the WBO. And they have to redo these stats because John Ryder just lost in the WBO. Number 5. All right, we're just gonna have to wait. He's number 5 in the IBF. He's number 3 in the WBA. And guess who's number 1 in the WBA? See, Canelo Alvarez, David Morales is mandatory in the WBA. But number 1, Saul, is Demetrius Andrade. Eric Bazinian is number 2, and Christian Mbili number 3. But I know Christian Mbili ranked number 1 in the WBC. But David said, no, I want Jaime Munguia. Now, I ain't got no beef with David Benavidez. But you got to ask. Y'all don't even know who Mbili is. A lot of y'all don't. I'm telling you to highlight his name. I'm telling y'all to Google the guy. And just tell me what you see. I'm going to put the correct spelling in the chat. This is his name. You can YouTube him. He's a fucking dog. He's also black. Where's he from, Stormy? He's not American. Is he like French or something? Or something. French Canadian. He's something. But he's an absolute nightmare. He's an absolute nightmare. Now, can he beat Benavidez? I don't know. It's boxing. But he's a dog. I know he's going to be on. But his style's made to order for Benavidez. He likes people standing there. But see, here's the thing. Once upon a time, 2 fighters met. They were undefeated, and they met in the prime of their careers. And the fighter that was favored to win that fight didn't win. And it ended up being, and he was a knockout artist. It ended up being a slugfest. And it's a legendary fight that people rarely talk about. Cam So Smooth, what up? And that fight was David Tua versus Ike Abiabuchi. David was knocking over trees, man. And Ike stood in the pocket and went blow for blow with him. And Ike won. And I'm going to say again, go watch Christian Mbili. Go ahead. And then tell me what you see. This might be a situation where this kid he's ranked high, but he's not getting the buzz. If you get in there with David Benavidez, you might see something equivalent. Because Benavidez, he's not like a power puncher. He has a high work rate. Very dangerous. But what happens when you punching someone and they ain't doing nothing? That's what happened with David Tua. Everyone was expecting that left hand to land, and it landed, but Ike was right there. You hit me with this left, I'm going to hit you with my left. You hit me with the right, I'm going to hit you with my right. I'm right there. You hit me with 2 of those, I'm going to hit you with 5 of mine. Boom, boom, boom. And it turned into a slugfest. There was no running. He stood right there in the pocket with David Tua, and we had a classic. That's what happened. So why is David Benavidez calling out Jaime Munguia instead of Christian and Billy, who's ranked in number 1? I'm just asking. Am I calling him a duck? No. But when you get to this level, let's not act like there isn't let's not act like there isn't strategy behind this. It's a lot of strategy behind this thing. They are matchmakers. Everybody has matchmakers. And don't get it fucked up. There's danger. People coming up in ranks, there's danger there. For instance, were we talking about David Morrell 14 months ago? No, we were not. But now look. You think Canelo Alvarez didn't know Benavidez was in the ranks coming up? You think he didn't know? Yo, look, we plan on doing this and that before this motherfucker get here. Because when he get here, we ain't trying to do that. We trying to be on our way out. Canelo got miles on him. He's a young man, but he's in boxing. Boxing is like dog years. For every 1 year in human years, that's 7 years for a dog. Boxing is like dog years. And Canelo's on his way out. He's not trying to do nothing crazy. And to him, fighting Benavidez is crazy. I've accepted that. He's not fighting him. He's not fighting him. He's ducking him. He legitimately said, Mexicans, I'm not fighting Mexicans no more. Well, there goes that. Well, Christian and Billy's right there, so you ain't gonna do that either. David Morrell, whom is debatable whether he's ready or not. What do you mean? He's Cuban. What do you mean? You don't fight anyone that speaks Spanish now? What? Oh, I'm sorry. I just, in my mind, I feel he's gonna try and he might try and run up on Edgar Berlanga, who in my opinion is another guy that's not ready. He just got a lot of buzz. He's not ready though. He's not ready. Yeah, Coach 67. I don't think Morrell's ready. He's game, but he's not ready. That's just my opinion. But I'm looking what David did. He called out Munguia, and then Morrell stepped in and said, "Nah, you pussycat." I'm like, wait. Munguia, and I look at the rankings, it's sitting Billy's number 1. Why is he not? Oh. And if you go look at Juice, what up? If you go look at Christian and Billy, go Google him. Go YouTube his name and watch his fights. It'll make some sense. And there's a reason why I brought up David Tua versus Ike Abiabuchi. Now, go watch Christian and Billy. Makes you wonder. I'm saying, again, casuals who are just caught up with feelings and everything else, they're not paying attention to stuff like that. ESPN ain't gonna tell you that. Ring Magazine ain't gonna tell you that. They're not gonna tell you this shit. I'm telling you. A lot of y'all don't even know who Billy is. I'm telling you, look him up. Now, it could be a bust. He can go in there and get dog walked, for all I know. But I'm saying he's there. Why would you jump past the number 1 guy, go to the number 2 guy, but you this warrior? Look, man, and I like Benavidez. I'm just asking a question. Why wouldn't he not fight Billy? Everybody has matchmakers, y'all. If y'all think that every fighter in here, doesn't have somebody in their camp saying, you know what, this guy later, not now. That'll be too much of a risk. But if you can go over here and get a payday, do that. Because you're still posturing. And here's what I think. And I have no proof of this. Here's what I think. I think Munguia is it's a safer fight, especially right now, because he fought life and death with Derevyanchenko. That was life and death. You know what I mean? So go get him now. After that tough fight with Derevyanchenko. He's a name. He's undefeated. You can beat him, and you'll get full credit for it. But if you fight Billy, people don't know him, and he's tougher than Munguia. and you don't want to go life and death with this guy because you could fuck around and get a year or two knocked off your career. This guy's dangerous. Not saying you can't beat him, but why go the hard road? Go the, dare I say, easy route. Anthony Latham, Gerard Harlem in the building, salute. And Billy with Top Rank. You think that's realistic? Well, here's my stance on that. And you know, that's I understand why you're saying that, Anthony. Here's my stance on that. These guys cross promote when they feel like it. They cross promote when they feel like it. And if it makes dollars, it makes sense. And right now, like I said, no one knows him, Billy. So it doesn't make sense because it don't make no dollars. You know what I'm saying? If there was money in it, they'd be at the table. And right now, Benavidez is a shot caller. So it's nothing that a little pen and paper can't fix. I'm just saying, why isn't he saying his name? You see, the promotion argument is read very thin with me at this point. You understand what I'm saying? It's very, very, very thin. Yeah, Xavier, I ignored that shit. What the hell? You know I ignored that shit. No, I feel you, Anthony. I'm just saying, listen, if fighters want to fight, they'll make the fight. It's up to the fighters. Deontay fought Tyson Fury. That was cross promotion. Manny Pacquiao fought Floyd Mayweather. That was cross promotion. If these guys want to fight, they'll get it done. They'll get it done. If Benavidez really wanted to fight and Billy, they'd be at the table seeing what they can do. David's hot right now. He's a shot caller right now. He just can't get this Canelo fight. So I'm just saying, for safety purposes, it's like, well, shit. Fight Munguia. Don't fight Billy. And that's another thing, man. They might as well soon. I'm not going to mind if they just throw rankings out the goddamn window. Because obviously they don't mean shit. But you notice that we're talking about 160 and 168. And where the hell does Gennady Golovkin fit in all of this? Well, I read you the resume. Nowhere. Bottom line, to get back on point, Gennady Golovkin was a hype job. Is he strong? Yes. Does he have above average skill? Yes. But the hype train crashed. It crashed so bad that Max Kellerman flipped on him. I'm going to play this for you again. Now, mind you, these Russian fighters were the darlings of HBO, the Klitschko boys, Vasily Lomachenko, KK Kovalev, Gennady Golovkin. He ain't Russian, but the European takeover was all over HBO. As soon as Floyd made his exit, they started referring to him as a son of a bitch and all that. And we had to deal with this shit. But as soon as he signed to DAZN and HBO started tanking and people started losing their jobs, this was Max.
I've been accused of shilling for Triple G when I was at HBO. Never did. Thought he was the best value for your entertainment dollar in the entire world back then. But I never had him as the best pound-for-pound fighter. I don't think I even ever had him as high as number 3. I hadn't proved it yet. But I admit, I suspected, when given the chance, he'd make a good case. Not as good a case as Floyd Mayweather or Manny Pacquiao or Andre Ward, but better than, say, Canelo, who I expected him to beat convincingly. Looking back, he never did prove it.
Push the weight and no flicks. Push the weight and no flicks. Hey, push the weight and no flicks. Gang.
South of 175 pounds, Andre Ward, and now, do we all agree? I'm sorry, does anyone disagree with that? So we all agree that south of 175 pounds, Andre Ward's the favorite against everyone. South of 168 pounds, who's the favorite against everyone? Who? You know, who in boxing is the favorite against every other fighter south of 168 pounds? Triple G is the favorite against everyone, including Floyd, south of 168 pounds. Who's the favorite of everyone in boxing south of 160 pounds? Who? Floyd Mayweather. Do we all agree? Yes. Why would Andre be the favorite against Triple G? They're comparable skills and everything. He's bigger than Triple G. Why would Triple G be the favorite against Floyd? He's bigger than Floyd. When you get to a certain, the reason the good big man beats the good little man, or the great big man beats the great little man, is at a certain level, you know, at a certain level, size matters because other things are more or less equalized. Now, if I had to put those guys in order, pound for pound, I'd say Floyd 1, Andre 2, Triple G 3. But, okay, fine. Andre Ward would be favored over Triple G. Triple G would be favored over Floyd. Floyd would be favored over everyone else south of 160. And if anyone disagrees, let me know. Is there any? So that's unanimous in like the hardcore boxing press. Am I right?
How do you not research your own rhetoric before you speak? He said, I don't even think I ever had Triple G as number 3. But 3 years ago, he damn sure did. How do you not remember you said that? But everybody wants to run around and quote Max Kellerman, though, right? ESPN and HBO, all of those guys, right? You know what guys like that have done? PJ's Big Dog, salute. House Boxing, Nicholas Levy, salute. Teach was good. You know what these guys have done? They've spawned fans that come into my chat and tell me that not only is Bud number 1 pound for pound, which I don't have a problem with, but Errol is behind the Chinese guy that's about to beat up Scooter. The Chinese guy. You know, I'm never going to... Do y'all know that was a pivotal moment in my show? Not only did he say Chinese guy, he didn't even know his fucking name, but he had him ahead of Errol Spence. And said, that kid is special. When he beats Scooter, y'all gonna see. So you don't know his ethnicity, you don't know his name, but you do know he's gonna beat Cool Boy Steph. These are the people that Max Kellerman and ESPN and HBO have spawned. Word up. Cool Boy over there fighting Su Shane, trapped in ice, cut up and shit. Y'all don't know what we talking about. I see you, Xavier. I'm crazy ignoring you. Sushi, and this is what I'm gonna ask y'all. And this is gonna be a great conversation. Scooter go over there and beat the shit out of fucking Inui. Are they gonna sandwich him between Bud and Errol? Remember, that Ring Magazine or ESPN pound for pound list, there was no Charlos on it. Remember that. There was no Devin on it at one point. Then when Devin won, they sandwiched him. They put him at number 10. When Jamel knocked out what's his name, the Argentinian. See, I can't even think of his name right now because it's irrelevant. Knocked him out. Oh, fine, we'll put him there. Threw his ass on there like an 8 somewhere. And they got 2 heavyweights on there who won't fight each other. But I had some nigga in here telling me that, hey, you know, the Chinese guy is gonna beat. You see what I'm saying? Niggas. Big Dog Willie. Super chat. Spence turned down $8 billion just to duck Khan. That's facts. Yeah, that happened. Y'all didn't know? Errol Spence ducked Amir Khan. $8 billion to duck Amir Khan. That was on Earth 614. On that Earth, I'm a doctor. Yeah, Castano. See, I don't even fucking remember his name. See? What has he done since? Has he been back in the ring? Nobody cares. You remember when Castano was hot? You remember when Castano had Argentinian fans running around here calling us all kinds of niggas and shit? Remember that? EJ, what up? Remember that? Where'd they go? Why y'all leave? Why'd y'all leave? What happened, man? Because you know what? Whenever a fighter that we support loses, I still got a show to do. I'm here for it. And the support hasn't changed. But these motherfuckers, they leave. Let me find something for y'all real quick. Never forget, y'all. I'm gonna remind y'all, never forget. Here you go.
Black fighters fight in a style that is not pleasing to the fans, let's just say, and that's why they don't sell. And that's why they don't sell. And that's why they don't sell.
Oh, there you go. See those guys in the gun this fight. Nobody has a chance to knock him out. With a minute still to go in the 8th round. Body shot. First of all, body shot. Man. Body shot. I need Johnson. I won't cut. Yeah, you brother, I'm in the 8th round. You can see going around. Crowd rocking and rolling. Ward. A smart finisher that he knows the fight.
Black fighters fight in a style that is not pleasing to the fans.
Needs to get back in the center as King Kong trudges forward. A right hand, down goes Ortiz. Oh my goodness. This one is over.
Black fighters fight in a style that is not pleasing to the fans.
The tempo takes some good work. He will get nailed here with the right hand. And he was throwing his own left hand.
Black fighters fight in a style that is not pleasing to the fans.
Left hand shown by Wilder. There's a right hand, drives Lakovic into the ropes. Down he goes. And it's over. Just like that.
Black fighters fight in a style that is not pleasing to the fans.
À gauche. Bellew qui titube un peu, là. Oh, l'attaque de Stevenson. Le jab, là. C'était pas. Oh. Oh! C'est terminé. Anthony Stevenson.
C'est au bon moment.
Bon, on va avoir.
Black fighters fight in a style that is not pleasing to the fans.
There's a left hook right there. Sharp left hook with the right hand. 1-2, and now Haney's got that fire in his eyes. A one-hitter quitter. Devin Haney, a walk-off home run. The dream continues for the 20-year-old sensation. And it was the body shot that did it. The body shot caught his attention, came upstairs with a haymaker that landed dead on the chin.
Black fighters fight in a style that is not pleasing to the fans. Black fighters fight in a style that is not pleasing to the fans.
Garcia, he told me that Sullivan was a fight. He says the only other guy or challenges he is Gennady Golovkin. I mean, what do you have to say about that, and do you agree?
Well, you know, Robert is not a biased guy because he doesn't have nothing to do with Gennady. So if a great trainer like Robert thinks that we have a chance, and I think it's a fight that needs to be made. I think it's a fight that the public demands and the public deserves. Maybe it'll be a better fight than the 2nd of May.
Last question on Mayweather. Just say Gennady and him do good in there. How does that fight play out, Abel? You as a coach, you know your fighter, you know Floyd. How does that fight play out if they actually do fight at 154?
It doesn't go into the second part of the fight. It doesn't go in the second half. Mayweather just will finally meet a guy, not so much with power, but a guy that will equal his skill. And it's the kind of fight that that Gennady needs to show his skills. He hasn't had a chance really. He walked Martin Murray down and really didn't use any of his techniques and technical stuff. With Martin Murray, it was just there's a punching bag that was there, and Gennady was able to touch him with anything. But I think that if we fight Floyd will force Gennady to use his skills early in the fight, and I think it'll end somewhere in the 7th or 8th round. Black fighters fight in a style that is not pleasing to the fans, let's just say, and that's why they don't sell.
Receipts. Tay Jones in the building. Hello, world. Yo, I'm gonna call you as soon as I end this stream, bro. Salute to Triple G. Which I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do with myself. Ass. What happened to the Triple G supporters, man? Where'd y'all go? He ain't retired. What the fuck? Well, anyway. My point is proven. I don't think I have to talk about Triple G like anymore. I don't have to talk about him anymore. I don't have to talk about this guy anymore. I don't have to talk about him anymore. Unless he does something that makes me want to talk about him. Now you want Jamal Charlo? Damn near out the ring? Yeah, we're going to touch that. 2 years out the ring and an emotional problem. Now you dumping belts. Now you want that smoke.
What are you, a homo? This should be in the trash.
You're done.
Shut the fuck up!
Cunt. Salute to everybody in the Venmo, the Zelle, the Cash App, the Super Chat, man. Much love and appreciation, man. I think the general's on. Let's head over there. Let's keep this conversation going. And I'll be back to talk this boxing shit tomorrow. And something else I'm forgetting. Oh, I want to talk about this Tank and Devin and Shakur thing. I'll talk about that shit tomorrow. It's making me dizzy. It's very simple, and people are making it more complicated than it needs to be. Before you say anything, just let me know how bad you hate Devin before you even start. Just come on and say, yo, I can't stand Devin. So everything you say after that, I understand. I ain't gonna agree with you, but I understand. Yo, I hate Devin. It's like with me and Fury. If I ever showed up on anyone's panel, which I'm not, as soon as I come in and be like, y'all fucking hate the whole Fury bloodline. So you know how I'm coming. The difference is I'm gonna hit you in the head with statistics, facts, data, all that shit. And I'm explaining to you why. Xavier, please shut up. Oh my God, man. Yo, salute to y'all, man. Much love to y'all. And if y'all think Triple G is that dude, stop the cap. God damn it. Bronx on deck.
Move!